Hey, gorgeous people! We are live right now. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to come on, and then we're going to start the music. It's going to be such a good show. I am so excited. We have so many amazing things to show you tonight. I'm just going to say, it's going to be one of the most fabulous shows that you could ever see. It's going to be so much fun. Come on. I'm going to make sure that I am connected with you guys on Facebook. I'm going to turn down everything I can turn down. That's right. To make sure. Oh, that's right. To make sure. Let's just make sure. I should find something with some kind of video. Here's a video situation. Let's make sure that everything is down. Yep. And I'm going to just wait for you guys to come on. We got 10 more minutes. 8 more minutes till this beautiful thing starts. Thank you very much. I would like to say I have my amber beads on because they help me kind of focus. I actually love amber. Helps you focus. Helps everything kind of come into focus and help everything kind of understand where it is going, right? Yes. So I'm going to make sure that I am on and I can see all of you. Oh yeah, baby. And there we are. So that's where we're going to make sure that I am. Because I want to see all of your comments. You guys can comment. You can say anything you want. You can ask me questions. You can ask our artist of the day questions. Oh guys, this is beautiful. You ready? Shane Hose is coming on with us. Hose. We're going to ask him how he pronounces his last name because that's going to be beautiful. Hoose. And I realize that I do everything phonetically. I'm dyslexic. It happens. It's just the way it is. But it's going to be a gorgeous, beautiful thing. But I cannot wait until that happens. I'm going to make sure that I'm hitting it correctly. There we are. Okay, so knowing this, let me just talk about how beautiful everything is. I would like to tell you this right now. If you have music, because this is how I found Shane. I put it out there. I said, hey guys, I have a radio show in that it's YouTube and Facebook right now, but one day maybe they'll love us enough to syndicate us enough to put us out there. And because of that, I'm calling it the Celtic Rain Radio Show. You're right. Actually, my heart dream was this. I had this 5 years ago. You've heard this again and again, but I don't care because I love you so much. 5 years ago, I dreamt about this. I thought, we have gorgeous music. There are so many people out there that don't have gorgeous music. They have great music, but not gorgeous. There are so many people who have gorgeous music, and it's not being heard. Why? We don't know how, number one. Number two, we don't have the money to put it out there. Number three, it is what it is. It is just what it is. We can't push ourselves forward without the right connections. So I thought, let's make sure we have the right connections. I'll be a connection. So, if you want your music heard, you send it to, you ready for this? CelticRain777@gmail.com. Send me your MP3s. That's what I take, MP3s. Or you can send it on a Google Drive that are MP3s. Sorry, I don't take YouTube channels. I will not download your album by paying for it. Sorry, not happening. I'm actually doing you a service by playing your music. So, you can give me the music so I can play it. I will not share it with anyone except for on the show. I promise. I have 3 requirements. First, it has to be from an independent or small label artist. If you're bigger than that, you don't need it. Number 2, cannot be offensive. Okay, let me define offensive because, oh my God, have I gotten this question. Offensive. Cannot make fun of people. Cannot make fun of a people group, meaning LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, Asians, travelers. Oh my, okay, just don't make fun of people. Come on, don't be stupid. Don't be an asshole. I shouldn't have. Oh, there's another one. Don't curse. I just cursed. Don't curse. All right. Sorry for using. Don't be an idiot. That's a better word, right? Okay. Don't be an idiot. This is a family show, people. Okay. Listen. Don't be an idiot. Just don't. There's so much music out there that loves to dig into the heart of what we are without putting somebody else down. Right? Yeah. There you go. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. And number 3, I will play your music, but if it's more than 10 minutes long, I won't play your music. It's a radio show, people. It's a streaming show. 10 minutes, I'm going to lose people. I love you. I will take the music. I will listen to it myself, but if it's more than 10 minutes, it's just not going to get played. Thank you. I actually had to make that one after getting a 15-minute song. I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Love you all. So where do you send it? You send it to Celtic Rain 7, like rain out of the sky, 777 at gmail.com. Love you so much. Okay, you guys ready for this? Oh my God, I am so excited. We have the most amazing 3 songs coming up for the first set. The first set is Miami Tax High Life. Now understand, Philadelphia Phil. You guys know I've played Philadelphia Phil before. Amazing. Very, it's just Americana kind of music. Now he used to be, get this, he used to lead, not just be, lead a very, very wonderful salsa band. This is some of his salsa music from like back in the day. That's right, baby. Salsa music. That's right. I play everything. Thank you. Have a nice day. Then we have Hellish Solstice Dead by Dr. Celius. I'm not going to say this name right. Ambrose. I might have actually done it. It's kind of a pop song, but it has kind of a Beatles feel. It's kind of interesting. I would say this. Keep your mind open. Have a great time listening. Great stuff. The name's a little more than you can put in your mouth. But I'm telling you right now, the music is amazing. Then we have, and this person, Jarwin's Prophet, always puts a V in front. V. I'm going to say 5. 5 is V's 5, right? V is 5. Thank you. V is 5. So I'm just going to do 5 or V in front of all of their songs. So V or 5, Scan Zone It. I know. I don't understand the name, but the music is redonkulous. It's so good. It's kind of a steampunk pop music twist. So I would just say this. Come in with a beautiful open mind. Allow yourself to enjoy every single moment of this. Know that this music is everything you want it to be. And it's going to be gorgeous, right? So you've got everything from salsa band to a little bit of pop, and then some steampunk pop. I'm telling you what, there is nothing better ever. So let's see what we can do as we just find everything that we are. Because you know what? It is what we are. And you know what? Nothing expresses who we are more than music.
with the band.
Highlight, highlight,
It's a highlight. I'm dancing across the land.
Deep under the ground, December 62. 100 men on the company dime. When a rock split open and the cry went out, gas pouring into the mine. Gas, gas, the foreman cried. Run, cried the workers too. They raced for the lift, but the wiring was bust one spark, and the rocks came tumbling down. They placed a marble slab where the bodies lay, and opened up a new man the very next day. And late at night when the work bell rang, they swore you still heard a pickaxe sang. After a year came a company man to praise the new man for the work they'd done. When all around they heard a rumbling sound from the ground, came a crew all rags and bone. Come boys, grab your hammers, swing 'em one more time. The hellish socialist dead are coming to put things right. As they rose from their graves, they started to walk, trudging off into the the night. The man from the company called ahead to say the dead had risen to life. With picks to shoulders, singing strong, the dead marched south to Government Hall. Everywhere they went, the people cried they knew the dead had come to town. Down in the city, the ministers worried and fretted as the dead came on. The army was called to send them home with bullets, bayonet, and bombs. But as they marched, the workers found the unjustly killed by company town. Their ranks soon swelled with the living and gone, and now an army marched down south. Come boys, grab your hammers, swing 'em one more time. The hellish socialists get up coming to put things right. By the right, quick march, the dead came to a halt. Before them stood the army, ready for the carnage, there to keep the workers in line. But in amongst the dead were faces the soldiers knew, their brothers and their fathers killed by unjust orders. When they saw, they quickly stood aside from the hellish socialist dead. With their picks and hammers, they set to work and tore that building down. When City Hall was rubble, they turned back north and headed to their place in the ground. So learn this lesson well, my son. Never stamp on a working man, for one day he will rise up big and strong, and then the dead will come to town.
Sweetest amber
You guys, that was absolutely gorgeous. Let me tell you something. We have had some of the most beautiful music already this show. But I have a little bit of a treat for you. That's right. I have a treat for you. We have a brand new musician just for you guys to learn about tonight. His name is Shane Hose. I think it's Hose or Who's. I think it's Hose. Just because. I'm just saying. I'm going to say it's Hose. He's going to correct me. And we're going to bring him on right now. Hey, let me unmute you. Oh, look, you have a mic. It's amazing. Hi. So is it Shane Hose or Who's?
You nailed it, actually. Hose.
Hose, yay! That's awesome because I am all phonetic and it's hilarious. So Who's for me would be perfect because I'm a phonetic person. But Hose makes sense because, it is what it is. And that is awesome. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about, what's your background?
Yeah, so I grew up in Elwood. In Madison County. I am currently on the faculty at Eastern Kentucky University in Richmond, Kentucky.
Awesome.
And I am away from the university right now. I am on sabbatical. If you don't know what that means, I'm working on a little project away from the university at the moment. So I'm not teaching any classes or doing anything there. And
nice.
I'm writing a book actually at the moment.
Wow.
So.
Wow. So we'll talk about that for sure.
Cool.
That'll be your up and coming stuff. That is absolutely amazing. We cannot wait to hear about your book. What brought you into music? What is your music like?
My music is kind of a blend of a lot of different styles, I think. I'm actually a recording engineer. That's what I do mostly. So I do a lot of recording amazing. And basically what had happened is this past year it created a lot of time where basically we were in lockdown, needed things to do or something like that. So I was like, well, I've always considered writing a solo album. I don't know if I can really do all this all by myself, but I have the engineering chops to do it. So I'm going to go for it. Yeah. And that's where the album and all the music came from.
So you just thought, hey, I have the chops. But yet you have to have some inspiration. Where did your inspiration come from?
The inspiration, lots of different places, actually. Probably around the end of 2019, I had started writing some stuff by myself. And I had never really considered myself a songwriter. I actually have a degree in music composition. So
Very awesome.
Yeah, I've done a lot of work in classical music before. But I had sat down and I had a lot of chord progressions and certain things that were kind of in my head that I felt like I needed to get down. So that's where I had originally started. But I love all kinds of music. I mean, I listen to all kinds of different stuff, just completely across the board. So there's not
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what drew you to do this kind of okay, let's just lay it out there. What kind of music do you do?
I would say that I do electronic rock that has a bit of a lo-fi vibe mixed into it. And
nice.
by lo-fi, I use a lot of unusual instrumentation at times when I do this too, because sometimes I get access to things that you wouldn't come across every day. Things like a couple of the songs use a theremin on them. There's a song that uses a balalaika.
That's fun.
A balalaika, if you know what that is, it's like a Eastern European instrument.
I know what a theremin is, obviously, because I love you, but I'm a Big Bang Theory fan, so if you are, you know what a theremin is. But still.
They're so touchy.
That's beautiful. Tell us about the other instrument you just said. What was the other instrument you just said?
Balalaika, which is like a traditional instrument from Russia, Ukraine. You'll find them all over Eastern Europe. But
nice.
I have kind of a funny story about that, though, because I was living in Romania when I had stopped by a music store. I'm like, oh, yeah, I just want to see what they have here. And I kind of like fell in love with the instrument, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy one for my younger sister's a musician too, and bring that back to the States. Well, they gave me the instrument. It was pouring down rain outside, and sometimes, like in these other countries, the infrastructure isn't quite as developed. Well,
Yeah.
the streets were flooded everywhere in front of where I was living, so I had to like basically go miles and miles out of my way to get back to where I was going. And I didn't have a case for the instrument or anything. They didn't have any cases in stock. So I spent the rest of the summer basically running all over Eastern Europe trying to find a case for the balalaika so I could get it safely back to America.
That's amazing. That's hilarious. Well, we do have a song we're going to listen to you that you've written called Going Nowhere. Tell us
Right
about
on.
that song. Where did it come from? What did it touch in your heart? Tell us about that song. Why did you write this song?
Yeah.
And how did you write the song?
It was about the fourth song that I had written, and basically what happened was I had fallen into the tempo trap, what I call it with music, where you start doing one song, you start working on another thing, and you start getting into a rhythm of writing things that all sound exactly the same over and over again. Same speed,
I've gotten in that trap.
same tempo with the music and everything. So I was like, I need to do something a lot faster and up tempo, which is a little bit in contrast to some of the other stuff on the album. So I kind of threw my metronome on and was like, I just want to sit at the keyboard. I love improvising at piano or at a keyboard and see if I can come up with a chord progression that I like. And once I had done it, I was like, all right, I kind of like the idea of like having a bass line that's walking and moving upwards is doing that. So I grabbed my 5-string and was kind of trying to come up with things. And eventually I was like, well, I don't like the sound of this specific bass on this. So let me go into the studio and get the synthesizers out and see if I can come up with some interesting sounds. I like using a Moog Taurus, Moog Minotaur, I guess is the one.
Tell us what that is.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Rush and Geddy Lee from Rush uses a lot of synthesizer sounds and a lot of bass synthesizer. The bass synthesizer he would use is called the Moog Taurus, and it's like a foot pedal controlled synthesizer that produces really low bass sounds. And the Moog Taurus is like a just an individual synthesizer. You can run basically your MIDI keyboard, connect into it, that has all the sounds from the Moog Taurus. So that's what that specific synthesizer was.
Very awesome. So how did that influence this song?
Well, it's a big part of this song. Basically, once I start going with the synthesizer, I was kind of like, I kind of get in the mode with these things because there's lots of knobs and lots of cables and stuff. And
happens.
Yeah, you can start twisting and come up with some really cool sounds, and it just cut, before you know it, like half a day is totally gone. You're like, what's happened here? And I had kind of started with that bass line and then just kept layering synthesizers on top of this thing over and over again. And then the lyrics always kind of come much later for me in the process. And it was kind of like a song that was kind of like, well, this lockdown is going on and we don't really know what's going to come of this. So we're not going to be going anywhere for a while. And that's kind of like the inspiration for the song originally. So
that's really interesting. So I love the difference on how people write music. I'm a vocalist. So vocals come first every time. That's just the way it is. Vocals and melody. With my husband, he's an instrumentalist like you. He has, by the way, I asked you this question so that people could understand what you're talking about, but he has the Rush situation you're talking about literally sitting next to me in this room right now. It's hilarious. He's sitting up going, it's right there. And I'm like, I know, I'm trying to tell people what it is. It's hilarious to me. But at the same time, he writes instrumental. He gets all these instrumental pieces in his head, and then the vocals come. And it's amazing to me how people write and the difference in it because of just their personalities. I love to hear how your personality brought you to this song. I cannot wait to hear how this song sounds because it's going to be gorgeous. Thank you so much. We're going to hear a little bit more from you a little later. We're going to see you dance a lot more. And your gorgeous, hilarious dancing. Thank you. And guys, this is Shane Hose, and we will be hearing from him a little bit later. We're going to say goodbye, Shane, so I can tell you about all the songs that are coming next. So say bye.
Bye.
We'll see you a little bit later. I promise. Guys, right? He's just adorable. I'm just going to take him and like put him in my pocket and just make him mine because he's just so cute. He's like nerdy cute. And I have to admit, I have a little bit of a thing for nerdy cute guys. Have you seen my husband? That's all I have to say. Thank you. A little bit nerdy cute. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so guys, of course, we're going to hear Going Nowhere by Shane Hose. Yay. You just heard from him. And then we're going to hear, I am never going to say this right, Subnominales. Bradford Ray Bailey, I am so sorry. But this is a beautiful jazz guitarist and jazz band song. It is so gorgeous. But at the same time, the name gets me. Samuel, come here and just look at this and maybe you can help me. Then we're going to hear Stylist by Laughing Jack. Laughing Jack, you heard from them earliest. What is that second word right there? Oh, he's going to help me. Submodalities. Because he's just that geeky enough self to know exactly what the heck this is. Submodalities by Bradford Ray Bailey. Thank you so much, my side beautiful man. And then Stylist by Laughing Jack. Guys, it's a gorgeous situation. I'm going to tell you right now that I cannot wait for you guys to hear this gorgeous, gorgeous music. And here we go.
Have you heard about the big strong man? He lived in a caravan. Have you heard about the Jeffries Johnson fight? Oh, what a hell of a fight. But you can take every heavyweight you got. We got a lad who can beat the whole lot. He used to ring the bells in the belfry. Now he's gonna fight Jack Dempsey. He's my brother, Sylvester.
What's he got?
Got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
He killed 50 bad men in the West. He knows no rest. You know what I think? We should go through this chorus together so you can sing it with us. So the chorus is, he's my brother Sylvester.
What's he got?
You sing, what's he got? He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
He killed 50 bad men in the West. He knows no rest. He's got an arm like a leg. Lady's leg. He's got a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
It takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester.
You left out the other syllable.
So it's, he's my brother Sylvester. What's he got? Got a row of 40 medals on his chest. Big chest. He killed 50 bad men in the West. He knows no rest. He's got an arm like a leg.
Lady's leg.
Got a punch that'll sink a battleship. Big ship. It takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester, you got it. Chorus number 1. He thought he'd take a trip to old Japan. They rolled out a big brass band. He played every instrument they got. Like a lad, sure he beat the whole lot. And the church bells will ring, and the church choir will sing. They'll all come out to bid farewell to my big brother Sylvester. He's my brother Sylvester.
What's he got?
Got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
He killed 50 bad men in the West. He knows no rest. Think of the man, hell's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg.
Lady's leg.
Got a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
It takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester. He thought he'd take a trip to Italy. He thought he'd take the trip by sea. He jumped off the harbor in New York. He swam like a man made of cork. He saw the Lusitania in distress. He saw the Lusitania on his chest. He drank all the water in the sea, and he walked all the way to Italy. He's my brother Sylvester.
What's he got?
Got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
He killed 50 bad men in the West. He knows no rest. Think of the man, hell's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg.
Lady's leg.
Got a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
Takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester. He's my brother Sylvester. What's he got? Got a row of 40 medals on his chest. Big chest. He killed 50 bad men in the West. He knows no rest. Think of the man, hell's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg.
Lady's leg.
Got a punch that'll sink a battleship. Big ship. He takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester. It takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester. It takes all of the Army and the Navy to pump the wind up. Sylvester.
I'm going to tell you what, Laughing Jack is the best. We had them on just a couple weeks ago. I love them so much. Okay, so we have 3 more songs for you before you get to hear from Shane Hose one more time. I actually have 2 more times with them, but that's okay. We got a little Satan Worshipping Dope Head by Andrew Davis, a little bit of electronic tone poem for you. He's got some of the most hilarious, amazing tone poems you've ever heard in your life. I'm just going to put that out there. You should definitely hear them. This Side of Your Wall of Fear by Philadelphia Phil. By the way, I have sang this song with him before. Not on this recording, but I have. And then Grandma's Cooking. Nothing better than Grandma's Cooking. Actually, my grandpa was the cook, but that's just me. But a little Grandma's Cooking by the Lonesome Troubadour. And you know what? Sometimes there really is nothing better than Grandma's Cooking. Just gonna say, right? So, let's start with a tune poem.
Call me dopey, Satan worshiping dopey. Metro-minded with my nuclear-powered moped. Hopped on hope and appeared. Cropped on top, spoked and geared. Slave to the grave, I have rings in my nose. To remind by a rind, I am bound by the task I have set. Robot gods, what robot gets. Glad to be sad, you bets. You bets. Jesus was a jokehead, Satan worshiping dopehead. Just in time to align a loping biped, constriction of the breathing, contradiction of the feeling, freaking in the desert with the real deal cosmic seals. Harsh abrasive winds on bare toes, leading bleeding feet to the surly servant's seats, carrying the message sent to be bent, butchered as his flesh, this tight karmic mesh. Anoint your joint with all love, Jesus. Blessings of the blessed, be it mercy, be it justice. Light second sight with the might of fight. The flow of go, the flame of Satan. Similar to the rabbinical, biblical son of man, this cat named Dan was not a friend to Abraham.
Jesus was what Jesus was, as in past tense. Intense! Along the road leads to late night cockfights. Metaphorically speaking, rising reason starts leaking. Metaphorically speaking, rising reason starts leaking.
You bluster and you bellow, snarl and you sneer whenever they draw near. It's all just noise to hide the truth. This side of your wall of fear. Look into his heart, all you see is hate. He ain't making nothing great. What will you do when you discover that? Sold your soul for a cheap red hat. You say that hungry child and her mama's tears, they don't belong in the USA. They're kind of people, they ain't welcome here. This side of your wall of fear. Hide behind your steel wall of fear. So afraid when anyone comes near. You think he's a hero, but you've been fooled. Man in the White House is using you. There was a wall in Jericho, and that wall came tumbling down. You build a wall, it's bound to fall down with a mighty sound. You see that hungry child and her mama's tears, they don't belong in the USA. They're kind of people, they ain't welcome here. This side of your wall of fear. Look into his heart, all you see is hate. He ain't making nothing great. What will you do when you discover that? Sold your soul for a cheap red hat. There was a wall in Jericho, and that wall came tumbling down. You build a wall, it's bound to fall down with a mighty sound. You bluster and you bellow, snarl and you sneer whenever they draw near. It's all just noise to hide the truth. This side of your wall of fear. All just noise to hide the truth. This side of your wall of fear.
Well, I was born on the riverbank 30 long years ago, dreaming of being a guitar player since I was 4 years old. Listen to my uncles play the same old songs over and over in vain. Well, they were too damn drunk to remember the words, so we'd sing it again and again, singing about God and guns and grandma's cooking. It's what keeps us country boys so good looking. God and guns and grandma's cooking. It doesn't really matter which strings you strum, just pick a guitar and play along, singing God and guns and grandma's cooking. Well, the beer's always cold when we gather around, usually over somebody's grave. It must sound sad when you hear it like that, but it's just my family's way. We raise up our glasses and get drunk off our asses to celebrate the life that they had. And now that they're gone, we know they're finally at peace, and for that we're sure as hell glad. God and guns and grandma's cooking, it's what keeps us country boys so good looking. Oh, God and guns and grandma's cooking. It doesn't really matter which strings you strum, just pick a guitar and sing along, sing it God, guns and grandma's cooking, and bluegill fishing, moonshine sipping, and even Grandpa's fried chicken. God and guns and grandma's cooking. It doesn't really matter which strings you strum, just pick a guitar and play along, singing God, guns and grandma's cooking.
You guys, I am so excited. Those were some beautiful songs. Yes, I mixed the pictures up. Phil, I love you. Please don't hurt me. Thank you so much. And Lonesome Troubadour. But still, the music was amazing, right? I'm just going to fix my picture right here. Thank you very much. But we are just about to talk to Shane again. And here we go. Let me bring him on. Shane, guess what? Hi. So
I'm
glad
back.
to have you back. Yay, you're back. Yay, you're back. Okay, so tell me about, so your music is very electronic. It is very, you first and foremost were and are a just electronic music person. So you how many instruments do you play?
Probably a lot. I'm the kind of person where if I want a specific kind of sound, I'll find a way to get it. Even if I don't know how to play the instrument, I will mess
Yeah.
around with it until I can make a sound out of it.
So tell me all the instruments you play. Name them off. Let's have fun with this.
Oh, well, on this album, drums, percussion, balalaika, theremin, lots of synthesizers, vocoder, electric guitar, bass. I'm probably missing something in there. Sister played on the album too. She played acoustic guitar and some lead guitar stuff on
Who
some
is
of the
Sister?
tracks.
Tell me about
yeah.
Tell me. Yes.
Yeah, she's actually pretty active here in Indiana too. Her name is Krista Hose. She's real active. She plays a lot of acoustic music. She just started playing with a new band. I can't remember what their name is. I haven't actually seen them yet, but she's pretty active around all around central Indiana.
So are the vocals your vocals?
Totally, yeah. Did a lot of processing on them too. I can talk about that a little if you want to.
Absolutely, go for it.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to play around with some lo-fi sounds and some kind of different textures when I was coming up with the vocal tracks. So the first song that we just listened to, during the chorus section, there's kind of a distorted sound on my voice. And I use this little toy right here.
Ooh, what is that?
This is by a company out of Australia called Dr. Alien Smith. But it's called...
That sounds so fun.
It's called a dirt box. And what it is you plug your microphone, like a SM58 or something you would use in a live setting, into it. And this little dial right here allows you to get a distortion effect out of your microphone. So
that is so cool.
I like using little things like that rather than using the computer to get everything a lot of the time. And also this microphone, it looks kind of like a salt shaker, I think. Like
it does. It looks like you should there should be Parmesan cheese coming out of that thing or something.
Right. Everyone always says it looks like a salt shaker, but it's called a wassophone, but it gives your voice the sound of like an old telephone receiver. So it makes
a wassophone.
Wassophone is the name of it. Yeah.
Very nice.
And then this is another one I used a lot on the album too. I run all kinds of things through this, but it's like a guitar pedal called the JHS Kohler box, but you can run microphone signals through it too. And another thing, you can get all kinds of crazy, cool lo-fi sounds or distortion sounds if you run a voice through it. So
is it like a guitar box for your voice?
Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it.
I love that because my husband has like 1 million guitar boxes that he hits with his foot 1 million times. He gets all these gorgeous sounds, and I have 2 sounds. I can get clear or ready? I get reverb. Clear reverb. Thank you. And I have a gorgeous voice, but still, that would be amazing to hit a box and be like, oh my gosh, I have this other voice coming out of me, and it gets to repeat while I sing what I freaking want to sing. Thank you. I have a chorus. That would be amazing. That's gorgeous. Show us that one more time and tell us exactly the name of it, and I will repeat it.
Yeah, this device is called the JHS Kohler box.
JAS Kohler box.
JHS Kohler box.
JHS Kohler box.
Right.
Yes, thank you. That's what virtual does for us. Thank you very much. But still, the JHS Kohler box. Amazing. Yes. Where can you get one of those things?
Any of the major music retailers would have this one in stock. JHS makes mostly guitar pedals, but this is kind of like a general utility one that can be used for any number of things. Guitar Center, Sweetwater, Sam Ash, probably all those places, all the major
all
places.
Those places. That is really amazing. I'm going to tell you that is. I'm just going to say that it would be really fun. I might even actually go and get one for me just because I have a gorgeous voice, but at the same time, It'd be really fun just to have fun and be like, hey, what does this do to me? And then like put it. So Samuel has a repeat button. I'm going to get like a repeat button for that. Like, shh. Samuel, we got so many things we can do now. It's going to be pretty. Thank you. I love electronics. Electronics are absolutely gorgeous. We're going to hear a new song from you called Don't Ask Why. Where did this song come from? What was the inspiration? How did you create it?
Yeah, so another song where the instrumental came before the rest of it. And actually, I had kind of picked up a guitar and kind of strummed a couple of chords by accident, and I was like, what was that? And I was kind of like,
don't you love that when like an accident just happens?
An accident happens,
and
I try to invite them if at all possible,
yes.
as many as possible. Even in the recording studio, if you like accidentally do something, sometimes you get a cool sound. But it's probably the song that I struggled with the most throughout this whole process, because I kind of like had the chorus section written, but the rest of the song I really struggled with. And finally I went to my sister, who's a bit more of a songwriter maybe than I am. And I was kind of like, can you help me with this? This is the song. I mean, I'll give you a demo of everything that I've done so far, but I can't fill in the gaps on some of this. And it's kind of funny because when she was coming up with lyrics, she sent them to me by email. And I was kind of like singing them back. And I'm like, I have no idea how she wants me to sing this. So I called her up on the phone and I was like, can you tell me what you have in mind here? And she kind of tried singing it back to me a little bit. And then I was like, all right. I went back and I sang something totally different and then sent it to her. And I was like, is this what you had in mind? She's like, well, no, but that'll work. Like, that's...
That's so what happens. So my husband like writes lyrics and vocals, and he's like, so sing this. And I'm like, and I'm going to sing this instead. This is yours, but I'm going to like make it different because vocals are vocals. So tell me again the name of your sister's name, because obviously she needs credit on this.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Her name is Krista Hose. Krista, Krista.
Krista Hose. Krista, good job. Shane, great job. And we're going to say goodbye for right now. We're going to have you back one more time. Yay. And then we're going to have you back at the end of the show. Just a little dance a little bit, because dancing is our thing. And dancing is fun. That's right. I know. So we'll say goodbye, and I'm going to tell everybody about the music. Bye. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, we have some great songs. You ready for this? Of course, Don't Ask Why by Shane Hose and Krista Hose. That's right, by Krista Hose. And so we're going to say this right now. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my gosh, stop. My phone is like having a moment on me. Dismiss. I have an alarm to tell me when things need to stop. And he was telling me to stop. So we have Don't Ask Why by Shane Hose and Krista Hose. And then we have Ghost Rider. Yes, we've heard it one time before. I amplified it so you could hear it the way that I hear it. This song touched my heart deeply. I love this song by The Sheriff. And then Side by Side by Adam Cramtree. I cannot wait. It's a country tune, but I cannot wait for you to hear these beautiful songs. They are some of the most beautiful songs I've heard in a while. And I'm going to tell you this. You guys ready for this? I love the music you guys send me. Please keep sending me more music, because I can tell you this right now. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Something's gone wrong with my computer. Okay, don't show this again. My computer is having moments with me. So I'm going to tell you that I am going to try this. Just I'm allowing things to happen because something is happening right now. Do you see all this stuff here? I'm not even sure what's happening. I'm going to remove that and I know what I'm going to do. Thank you. I'm going to tell you right now. there's some beautiful music coming your way. Samuel? No, I don't. I'm just gonna click things. Don't show. Allow. Things are happening. We're having some technical difficulties as things are happening. And I'm not sure what's happening because Firefox hates me. But we're gonna just do this. We're gonna go to share again. Share screen. Nope. Video file. That's where we are. Thank you. I did the wrong thing. And there we are. You guys love me anyways. That's what I have to say.
No steampunk red riding and one dog windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw. The brands were still on fire, his hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny, their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. He saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cries. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-hey, ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. The face is gone, the eyes are blurred, the shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, he ain't caught him yet. They got to ride forever on their range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cries. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call out his name. You wanna save your soul from hell, riding on a range. And steampunk change your ways today, with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across the endless sky. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-hey, ghost riders in the sky. Oh, ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Sky.
Woke up around 7 every morning, my little one wanting to start the day. I go and pick him up, get a smile, and he's already ready to play. I put on the coffee as a new day begins, I get ready to start this journey again. No, this ain't a short road that we're traveling down. A lot of twists and turns, and sometimes hard to get around. Well, it'll take a little longer to get where we wanna go. others. Mornings when you just want to stay under the covers, but you take a deep breath and get back on your feet. 'Cause even when we get knocked down, don't ever be beat. No, this ain't a short road that we're traveling down. A lot of twists and turns sometimes are hard to get around. Well, it'll take a little longer to get where we want to go. It may not be tomorrow, and you can feel a little slow, but we'll strap in and go on this ride and do it side by side. No, this trip won't be an easy one. Me and you together, take on anything that comes. No, this ain't a short road that we're traveling down. A lot of twists and turns sometimes are hard to get around. It'll take a little longer to get where we want to go. It may not be tomorrow, and you can feel a little slow, but we'll strap in and go on this ride. Yeah, we'll strap in and go on this ride and do it side by side.
Oh my gosh, guys. Gorgeous music. I have some. Okay. I have a little bit before we bring Shane back on. Shane, gorgeous. I love you. And so many people are loving you, by the way. There are so many people looking at your music and being like, oh my God, I've got to go figure him out. But before we do that, Ghost Rider. Okay, so I actually thought this guy, don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't send me hate letters. Don't send me hate letters, please. Okay, I actually thought that the sheriff wrote this Ghost Rider song. But Samuel, my gorgeous husband, and semi guy in the background who tells me everything that's wrong about everything I say, totally helped me figure this out. He's laughing. He's totally laughing. He's like, no, not me. Yes. He's totally having fun with me. So Ghost Rider, by the way, was not written by Johnny Cash. I was like, was it written by Johnny Cash? I need to give him credit. Was not written by Johnny Cash. It was written by Stan Jones. It has been recorded how many times that we know of? There are 100 different versions. 100 different versions that we know of. 101 now. And it has been in how many languages? 11 languages. I'm going to say at this point, it's public domain. I'm just saying. Thank you. Have a nice day, Facebook and YouTube. Okay. So in that note, okay. So we're going to go from there and we're going to welcome back our gorgeous person of the day. Hey, my gorgeous Shane. How are you?
Doing well.
Awesome. Okay, so this segment is all about what's to come. You have an album and a book out. Tell us about your album and your book.
Yeah,
Please be specific.
The album is called Time and Words. It includes both of the two songs that we have just listened to. There's also 4 other songs, so it's more like an EP. But the book. I should mention the album is available on all
Yes.
major streaming services, so Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, and
Nice.
the entire list. You can also pick up a CD if you want to. They're available on Amazon and a couple other places.
By the way, we actually had a comment about your music. It
Oh.
said, it reminds me of Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
And it's very, for me, it's very Alan Parson project like. It's very cool. So 80-ish. Now understand that when I got to know Depeche Mode, it was in the 90s, but I get it. For all you people who know Depeche Mode, 80s is it. Because Samuel was like, no, Depeche Mode was 80s. And I'm like, but it was 90s for me. So all I have to say is Depeche Mode. Gorgeous. And they're loving it. It's beautiful. So they can find you on all great streaming services. What about your album? What was the inspiration for that album?
The inspiration for it. I don't think there was any one inspiration other than I really wanted to do it. And I kind of started to feel like once I had all the time created by the lockdowns and all of the stuff, like if I'm going to ever do this, this is the opportunity right here because there's nothing else to do right now. And
I get it.
Yeah, it's tough to be social and to do musical things at the moment here. So yeah,
absolutely. I get it. That's the reason this whole channel was started, was because I had the time. Our band wasn't playing and I'm like, oh my God, I have the time. So Celtic Rain radio show started. Well, tell us about the book. So the music started. Now you have the book. Tell us about the book.
Yeah, so the book is a collaboration with two friends of mine, and kind of what had started this whole thing is we have been recording music together over the internet over about the past 4, maybe 5 years now, and I've done several collaborations. We actually have a music video that's out too. You can check out.
Wow.
So link to it on my Facebook page there, but. We call the group.
And I will put that up right now so people can see it. Why don't you tell people what the Facebook page is so that people can hear it as well as see it?
Shane Hose Music. So Facebook.com/Shane HOOSE Music.
There you go. Perfect.
So the book is we're discussing how you can most effectively collaborate with other musicians in order to record songs and make music together over the internet. So that's the main idea behind the book.
Right. So tell us about how you can do that. Give us a couple nuggets in the book that makes us want to go and find the book.
Yeah. So there's probably a lot of ways of doing this and a lot that I haven't even thought of or covered yet. But the main idea behind it is you have to have a cloud-based platform and a decent internet connection in order to get this thing started. So there's a pretty popular program out there if anyone wants to check it out now. My sister is like all about this and all signed up and everything, but I haven't had a chance to dig into it as deep as she has. But BandLab is a pretty popular one that's out there now where it's almost like a little recording program that runs inside of your browser when you you create an account and log on, and you can just record tracks straight into like basically the equivalent of a browser, and then somebody else that's collaborating with you on the project can log into that project and add additional things to it, and then before you know it, you have an entire song built up.
So you log into BandLab, like bandlab.com.
Yeah.
And then they log in and how do they find your music?
Yeah, this is what I'm not totally sure about. I haven't really done this with BandLab so much. I know my sister has been using it a little bit and some other people, but some of the other recording software that's out there now is starting to incorporate these kind of features into it. Like Pro Tools is starting to, which is a pretty popular one, is starting to incorporate like internet collaboration features into its its program. And then we did most of our collaboration with the program called Reaper. The weird thing about what we did was we were making music together over the internet before we actually went into a studio and did anything in person together. So when we finally went into the studio in person, it was like a weird experience because we were like, are we actually capable of playing together in the same room and doing things? We've never done anything in person like this before. So
wow, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so we have the last song from you we're going to hear from you. It's called Round and Round. Tell me about that song. How did it come about? What was the inspiration? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I put it together in about 3 days, the whole thing.
It was a 3-day situation. That's crazy.
It was a 3-day situation, and basically what it ended up being is like, this was kind of one of the, I would consider it to be a bit of a filler song for me, because when I was kind of writing this song, I had written a couple more songs that could have gone on the album, but after listening to things over and over again, and then taking a break, then listening to things again, and then taking another break, I was kind of like, these songs don't really fit with the rest of the material, but I have this other idea that I had already had. So that's where Round and Round had come in. I think like
nice.
some of the other songs, I really agonized over the mixing process, because I do so much recording and mixing of stuff that I really like, don't ask why. I think I did 40 different mixes of that before I was finally happy. But Round and Round, it was like third mix and let's send it off and be done with everything. So
sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just like, you hear something and you have it in your head and it happens. But then when it finally comes to fruition, you're like, you know what? This is so much better. This is so much better. And we're going to hear that right now. So we're going to say goodbye. Shane, we have had the best time with you. Thank you so much for being on. We hope to have you on again when you have more music to share with us. We cannot wait for your music. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you very much. And thank you for supporting independent music.
Always, always. We're going to say goodbye. You're going to be on to dance with us a little bit more and say goodnight at the end. But Shane's dancing is just, it makes my heart happy. So you're going to stay with us to dance, right?
I'm going to stay to dance. Yes.
Look at that. That's awesome. But we're going to say goodnight for just a moment so that I can share you guys the next songs that are coming. It's our last set, guys. Okay, so we've got Round and Round from Shane Hose, of course. He's so cute, right? He makes my heart. I just want to like scoop him up and like put him in my pocket, in my back pocket, and like keep him for later. He's just so adorable. But then we have Skylark Song by Victoria Sarah, and then Ghost Dance by Trisha Metal, and then it's okay. Eric Parker, I love you, but you come up with the most hilarious names. Eric, thank you so much. But your names crack me up. So it's redhouse.20. Thank you. And everybody who knows Eric will laugh at that. My husband is probably laughing inside right now. Thank you. Well, and that's what we're going to end with. And I will tell you right now, we will be back at the end. But thank you for coming. And I hope you had an amazing time listening to our gorgeous music. You guys are amazing. And I cannot wait for you to hear everything.
In the morning and I have no life.
down. Fly as long as you can. Sing your song in the sky while you're passing by your challenges a aeroship. War is raging everywhere, mostly when you're gliding in the air. A city girl lost in the clownland is fleeing the coyote hand. Down behind the lines, wings fighting opposite winds. You struggle with mixed feelings, and you sing the skylark song. You long for the place you belong, but your heart beats for the unknown. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, from mud to royal palace, the whole world explodes in your face. Stick to your principles in the midst of troubles. You'll prevail in the end. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Fingers crossed over your shoulders, you aim at the traitors, never mind the rulers. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Skylark song, skylark thin, bright and strong. Wings and stings, mid-flight pilots pray. The war is over today. Wings and stings, mid-flight pilots pray. The war is over today.
summer falls, demons breath and teeth, run with hate and rage, lost to immolate.
Rain this year did not fall on the land, cracked and scarred, lost all to a hateful life. Hometown reduced to ash, tortured, blind rat, burn all in his time. Afraid to die from the snow, committed this hateful joke.
I can't hear you.
I'm muted. Hello. My husband just told me I'm muted. Gorgeous. So we had some great music. We had everything from thrash metal to country. That's our show. Our show plays everything. It plays everything. Now, almost everything. We don't play things that are offensive. Understand, offensive means don't hurt people. It's not nice. Don't be an ass. It's just not nice. I'm making myself not curse. Ass is not a curse. It's an actual animal. Thank you. And just don't be mean. Just don't be mean. Thank you. That's what I have to say. Also, you have to be an independent artist or a small label artist. If you are more than that, you don't need us. You have money. You don't need us. But Shane is a gorgeous artist. This is the kind of person that makes gorgeous music and that we actually really love, that doesn't offend people, that has the heart of an artist. The heart of an artist. See, I love that because Shane, you touched people's heart. I actually have had comments from people saying, this music reminds me of this, reminds me of this, reminds me of this. It actually made them see something within themselves. That's the kind of music that I like to promote on this show. Because of this, there are a lot of people who have their music and it's gorgeous and it's so great, and they don't get their music played because they're not the right artists, they don't have the right connections, so on and so forth. That is what this show is for. So, Shane, you are an amazing, amazing person. Would you like to tell them how did you get your music on this show?
I sent you an email.
That's right, an email to CelticRain777@gmail.com. And I talked to you, yeah? Just personally. I personally respond to all of them. Now, understand, I have a life. What? I have a life? That's crazy. So, Monday through Friday, I will respond to you. On the weekends, I may, because I'm stupid and I have my own stuff, but don't expect that, okay? I respond Monday through Friday for sure 9 to 5. If I respond after that, it's just because I decided to. Don't expect it. But Shane's an amazing example of this. Gorgeous music. Just heard of him last week, actually. And one of my bands just cut out on me and couldn't do the show. I actually had them booked. They said yes, everything was good. I planned the whole show because I plan a month ahead of time. And he's like, hey, I got this stuff. This is me. This is all of it. And he sent me more than one song. I do not take anything but MP3s. MP3s, or you can let me download your stuff for free. Will not pay for your stuff. I'm going to put that out there. I do not pay for music for a free show to publicize your music for free. Love you, but not happening. Okay. He sent me his music and a little bit about himself. It was intriguing. I loved it. It made my heart sing, and it made me want to show you guys Shane. Aren't you glad you saw Shane? He's amazing, right? He's amazing. You can do the same thing. Send your music to celticrain777@gmail.com. I will listen. I will hear it. My heart will sing. I will make a file just for you. I literally have files. It's hilarious how many files I have. I do not share them with anyone at all. They only go on the show. Okay? But we get to meet people like Shane. Shane.
Yes.
You've made this gorgeous music. Where do we see you next with this music?
Well, that's a good question at the moment, since I will be going back to the university pretty soon and starting up teaching, lecturing again. I'm planning on doing recording maybe 2 or 3 songs over the summer, maybe. Maybe I can put something else out in the spring next year, or maybe in the winter time or something.
I would encourage you to do this.
Yeah.
Just as who I am. Once a month. Just once a month. Do a Facebook Live with the songs that you have. Just do a Facebook Live once a month and say, on this date of once a month, I'm going to put out this. Because the people who heard you today really like you. And you will be surprised. And what I would say is this. You have that Facebook. I'm going to put it up right now. That Facebook is, is www.facebook.com, of course, /Shane, SHANE, Hose, HOSC, music. Shane Hose Music. SHANE, HOSE, music. I would say do a Facebook Live once a month. Just once a month for like an hour. It takes an hour out of your time.
Yeah.
Keep up the people that you're getting right now. And say that right now. Like, put it out on your Facebook. If you liked his music, I will say this. Go to his Facebook page and like him right now. Right now. So that then when he says, hey, I'm going to do a Facebook Live once a month, you will get that understanding. And you'll be able to follow him. Because that's my heart. My heart is for people to hear more of other people's music. Yes? And if you're a professor, it's publish or perish, right? Publish or perish. Guess what? This is publish. This is part of your publish.
Oh, yeah.
This is part of that. This will push you forward. Do it. Because this will make it so that your music is heard. It is a gorgeous thing to be heard. But it's also a gorgeous thing for your music to live on ahead of you. They can find you where? Where can they find your music right now?
Facebook and all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, the whole bunch of them. Also Amazon Music.
What do they look like? What do they look for when they go there?
The album. Time and Words is the name of the album.
Time and Words.
Time and Words.
If you go to those platforms, don't look for Shane. Look for Time and Words. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. It's been a gorgeous time. I'm going to say goodbye to Shane. Say goodbye, Shane.
Goodbye, Shane. Bye-bye.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you want to send music, CelticRain777 gmail@gmail.com. And we will talk to you later. We thank you so much for everything you've done for us. And we thank you absolutely for everything that we love you so much for. Bye, guys. Bye.